Going on, guys? What is going on? Crypto Batman, ARB Warrior, still the ARB Warrior, never won't be the ARB Warrior till the end of time. Here today, live in Jerusalem, Israel. What a good day! What a great day, guys! I have to tell you, man. Had such a good day today. It seems like each day, and maybe ARB, not maybe ARB has something to do with my days getting better and better. I'm just saying, my experience. Maybe it's not yours, just my experience. But yeah. I find that as days go on, each day gets better and better and better and better, and it's like there is no stopping the better days. Now, I'm not saying that I don't have bad days. Of course I have bad days, but a bad day is always, I can always turn it back. I can always restart the day for myself. I don't know about anybody else. I have a way of knowing how to restart my day, to take the negativity out and put the positive back in where it's supposed to be. The light needs to shine through and to come out of that darkness that I was once in. And I bet a lot of people can relate with that as well. With all the darkness out in this world, light is very important to shine through that darkness. And with the help of ARB, I'm just saying, the help of ARB, ARB has helped me tremendously through my struggles so far, which has been only a short period of time, which is incredible. I've never ever experienced anything that has made my days, not just on the computer, but our people around me and my attitude towards life, change in that short period of time. And if anybody can name anything else, I would debate that. And I know it's not even about debating. Nobody can change what does better for me during a day or anything like that. But I'm just saying, if it wasn't for ARB, I don't think maybe my days would be as good as they are today. And today is what matters. Tomorrow is gonna come, and I'll deal with tomorrow. Living in the now is very important for any human being, I think, especially for me. With the struggles that I go through in any daily basis. Tomorrow, Mbot. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Not to put anybody down or anything like that. And it's just gonna be my opinion. I don't have any inside information or anything. I don't get. I never get Nobody tells me anything. I just have my own ideas. I really base them off of the official Telegram channel, and I'm really in there all the time, all day, when I don't have anything else to do that's important. I try to hang out with the community as much as possible in the Telegram, and to communicate with everybody in a respectful manner. Whether Mbot is coming out tomorrow or the next day or next week or 2 weeks from now, it's not so important to me. It may not be important for you, okay? I'm not saying that, it's not important for everybody. I'm not saying that everybody's different, and everybody needs to understand that every person is different in this community. We're all different types of people that come from all different types of countries and everything like that, They're still working on the final user guide. All right, cool. That's great. I think that's the thing, see, here's the thing. ARB is a business, okay? It's not a, little, I don't know what. You know what I mean? And not to slander any other projects or anything like that, but this video is called ARB and all the differences, which I'm talking about the clones, and also talking a little bit about the Mbot and what I think, my thoughts and ideas on when the Mbot's coming, why it matters and why it doesn't matter at the same time. Austin had a great video the other day. He explained basically the difference between a security token and a utility token, and he related it all back to ARB, okay? Because it's important for people to understand. And if you don't know yet, you can go back and look at Austin's video, and also do the research on your own. Go look it up on your own. What is the difference between a utility token and a security token? And also he said to look up the Howey test. The Howey test is a case that has happened with the SEC with somebody else. I guess his name was Howey. I guess it was called the SEC versus Howey. And now they call it the Howey test, which is they now determine whether a token or a stock is a security through that Howey test. That's how the SEC determines what is what. Okay. The SEC doesn't just, do things on random, anything like that. The SEC is an organization, a very important organization for the world and for America. Okay, so they need to live by standards and live by, not, randomization, or they need to live by consistency. The SEC has to be consistent on everything they do, and they can't really make exceptions, okay, which they really haven't. If you look at it, if you look at the big picture here, they really haven't made any exceptions or anything like that. They've really been to the point, and they've been consistent on everything that they have said, whether it's a security token, whether it's not a security token, whether I don't know what, okay. So that's important to know, and it has been determined by the definition of a utility token that ARB is indefinitely a utility token. Okay, it is not a security token. It is a utility token with a use case. That use case is for gas for the Mbot. Okay. Just stopped by to say hello. Busy preparing meals for my parents while I watch the great to thank you for stopping by, Titanium. It always means a lot when people come stop by and say hello, and just checking in, things like this. It's amazing. I really like it, and I really appreciate it. You don't. And here's the thing: people don't have to. Ask you a controversial question. Is there anything wrong or disputable about a Ponzi as long as it pays investors? I don't know. That's a very difficult question. It's a sensitive topic at the same time. I don't know. I would have to think about it. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, that's like one of the probably. I've heard somebody asked that in the past, maybe a couple videos ago, and I just forgot about it. So I'll think about it and I'll give you an answer. I don't have an answer right now for that. I would have to think a while about it, but it really depends. It really depends, and in most cases, it's a problem, right? But I think there are exceptions to that rule, okay? If there's proof it's an actual Ponzi or something like that. If the Ponzi is meant to make everybody rich and not just the person in charge, and they do not exit scam or have the intentions of anything malicious, I don't see anything wrong with it. But that is not my final answer to it. Again, I will think about it, and I will look into things, and I will but that's some of my thoughts as of right now on the spot. It's transparent like P3D, for example. P3D I don't think is a if it's transparent, I guess, okay, but a P3D is a bad example because dApps in general are not that transparent. People think they're very transparent, and they're really not transparent, okay? If you look at the contract of P3D, and this is not I don't want to make this about P3D or anything like that, because they have done a lot of people good, and they haven't done anything malicious so far or anything like that. So I have nothing against P3D at all. I just think that if you look at the contract code in P3D, there were people in that they're called ambassadors in that contract, which means they were the first 10, 20 people to be in that contract before anybody else had a chance to even enter the contract with any sort of Ethereum. Okay, I think that's very unfair. I think that is very sketchy, and it's more of it pretty much for those 20 people benefits them automatically no matter what. It's basically no risk for any of those people, and for the rest of the people there is a risk, because it's always a gamble with those sorts of dApps, Whether if you're going to make your return of investment, and if you do, if you're going to make even more profit, maybe not, maybe yes, 50-50, right? But again, I don't have anything bad to say about P3D. I'm not trying to talk crap about them or anything like that. I think they've done a lot of good stuff. I think they have some good developers. I just don't think, it's a 100% transparent contract in terms of maybe the code is, but the developers and the people behind P3, their motives are not transparent, and their identities are also not transparent. So you can't say it's 100% decentralized or transparent because nobody knows who created. Maybe somebody does, but the majority of people do not know who created P3D and for what reason and what's the motive behind it. Now, if somebody comes and makes a contract, shows their face, right? Shows their identity, shares what they have to say, it goes on for a couple of months, and their motive has been from the start to not be scanned, not be, malicious, and their intentions are good, coming from a good place, okay. But most of the time we see with these dApps are not like that, and there are no official identities or anything like that. And yes, there is a good reason for that, because they are Ponzi schemes, and even though the government may not be able to do something about the platform, they may be able to do something about the developers or the person that is behind that certain dApp. Okay, and that also depends, and there's a lot of variables that go to that as well. It's not just a 1, 2, 3 answer. There's a lot of process, a lot of paperwork that goes with that. But about Ponzi's, I mean, listen, it's all about intention, discretion, and motive. Okay, I don't think arbitraging is a Ponzi. I really don't. And it hasn't really shown any signs that it is a Ponzi, in fact, okay? Now, I will say something, okay, that has recently happened today, the past couple of hours, and I have a lot to talk about, but just in case somebody comes in that wants to buy something in the store, I will step away for a second, so don't, get freaked out if I stop mid-sentence or something like that. It's just that I have to, I'm still at this job. Hopefully I'll be leaving soon and not have to work here anymore. Thank you to ARB and to the community for that, opportunity, and that, changing my life, and that I don't have to sit here overnight and, screw up my sleep schedule, not being able to sleep with my girlfriend and all that stuff, that has done wonders, and it's already in the process of me not having to be here anymore. If Mbot was a mix between Ponzi and 30-40 trading, it wouldn't bother me as long as it pays out. As long as everything stays, the way it is and nothing changes with that, I don't really see a problem. And I know people are I know the fudders and the crypto sane, all these people are gonna come out and say, oh look, he's okay with Ponzi's, and he wasn't before, and now he is, and then look, something has changed in him, But I'm a human being, and I'm allowed to change my opinion and my view on things. And David and the team and the community have proved me wrong 100-fold. Okay, they have proved me wrong over 100 times, and all of my facts that I thought I knew about arbitraging were completely wrong and completely in the wrong direction. And they were also partially, and I was always looking for the truth, and always trying to search out the truth for everything in life, and also in arbitraging. But some of it was also from a bad place, a bad motive, because it also came from anger. And when you do a video that comes from anger, it's not the true video. It's not a true fact. It's just a bunch of, trying to put things together to make things look real, or make things look like, it's not real, or trying to just FUD because you're angry, these other people are saying things about you, or whatever, right? So that's what kind of happened to me. Now, I know that has nothing to do with what you asked, or what you said, sensory, but okay, if it was, it probably wouldn't bother me as well, okay? Not saying it is, not saying that, it could be, or anything like that, but if it was, let's just use a hypothetical situation, right? If it was, partial Ponzi and also partial trading, that's fine with me, because it's not a full-blown Ponzi. You understand? With trading and Ponzi, it's cool, as long as everything goes according to plan and the motives stay the same and the intentions of the development team and the CEO stay the same. Don't see so much of a problem with it, to be honest with you. Okay, and I'm not saying that's what ABOT is. I'm not saying that's what arbitraging is at all. That's just my opinion for right now. Okay, that may change, that may not change. Okay, I can change my opinion whenever I want, whenever I feel like it. That's just, I'm a human being. Who cares as long as everyone gets paid? Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. I think that it's not just about getting paid. I think it's about, what is the future of this platform? What are they coming out with? How much do they care actually? How much are they, working? How much are they, there's a lot of things that go into, why you should invest into something, not just about getting paid. Yes, that's important. It's very important to get paid, right? I mean, that's why we're here, to get paid and to have that passive daily income. But at the same time, it's not everything, okay? It's not everything, and that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, people are so worried about when the Mbot's coming out, right? And I'm like, okay, who cares if it comes out tomorrow or it comes out Friday or it comes out in 2 weeks from now, right? It's gonna come out, and that's the end of the story, And if you don't believe it, then you obviously don't believe in the platform, and you probably shouldn't be here in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't believe in the platform by now, and you're putting money into something that you don't believe in, why are you here in the first place? So that leads to my next thing that I want to talk about. So I'm saying, like, it doesn't matter when the Mbot comes out. It's gonna come out. There are beta testers. There are videos showing people doing Mbot trades. Okay, the reason why people, and here's the thing. Here's an important thing. So listen up. The reason why the YouTubers haven't been doing live streams of Mbot trades is because when you do an Mbot trade during the current beta testing right now, this is not going to be with the full release, but in this beta testing, you have to implement your private keys every time you do a trade. Okay, so that is why, and I didn't even know this before I started throwing those allegations out saying, oh, they're not doing live trades, it's not real, it's not this, right? I didn't even know that, and I didn't even look into it, you understand? All I did was just, like, throwing shit out there, and it didn't make any sense. Now that I understand what the reasoning behind it is, it makes total sense. And it's also up to that person whether or not they want to show what kind of trades they're doing and show how much money they have, how much, there's a lot of things that go to it. What's up, Mike? Yeah, I'm sorry about that, dude. I messed up, I'm glad that you can, message. I'm glad that you can type in my chat now. I really apologize. That was a hiccup on my part, so, But yeah, so that's about the Mbot. Also, again with the Telegram, okay? Now it has come up to my, attention that there are people complaining, there are people, have concerns. That's cool and all. Like, that's great. You have concerns, you have questions. So, no, I'm not going to ban you unless you're very disrespectful or, call me a name or something like that. You don't have to get banned. What I would say is, there is a fine line, and this is not a threat to you. I'm not trying to threaten you. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm just saying, for the channel, for the live stream, there is a fine line to, fudding and then threatening and then name calling. You understand? But, I understand you have concerns. I understand you have concerns with the API keys and all that stuff. That's fine. You should probably go ask somebody that knows a little bit more about the Mbot or with the beta testing and all that stuff, and they will probably answer your question like they have with everybody else. So, that's all I have to say about that. But so that's why, we didn't see a lot of Mbot live streaming trades, because they had to put their private keys every time they did a trade, okay? And also, again, it's up to the person whether or not they want to show how much money they have, what kind of trades they're doing, okay? It's all about discretion. You know, yes, there were a lot of videos that came out with the Mbot trades and all that stuff, right? So it's not like there hasn't been any, right? If there wasn't any of these videos, then I would be questioning whether or not, you know, maybe what is Mbot? You know, we haven't seen anything, but we have seen something. We have seen things. We've seen it from David, and we also seen it from other beta testers as well. So there is proof that you can get all your keys whitelisted, so there's no problems. I love Babe. Yes, that is the new thing. You can now get your keys whitelisted, so people will be able to, if they want to. It's up to the person, again, if they want to live stream their trades, okay? Some people are private with their trades. They don't want to show how much money they have, and that's okay. Like, you know, I get it. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own, you know, thing, you know, their own private life. You know, you don't always have to show everything that you have, you know. So you could also become a target for other people if you show a bunch of money and a bunch of this, right? So I understand it completely. So yeah, now with the Telegram, it has come to my attention that we have people coming into the Telegram that we have, at least for me, and I've heard from other people as well, the people that are really complaining and really, like, you know, causing this FUD and, you know, I don't know what, right? And they eventually get banned or muted, right? Those are the people that have never been seen before in the Telegram, and all of a sudden they pop out of nowhere, you know, like they just, you know, entered the Telegram, which they haven't because they've been in there for a while, but they, you know, haven't said anything or whatever, for whatever reason, right? So there are these random people that come in, and I have a theory to that, but it's just a theory. There's no proof to it or anything like that, so don't take it, you know, don't take it so seriously. And don't, you know, don't kill me for this or anything like that, right? Don't hang me to a cross. Don't, you know, don't crucify me for saying this, please. I'm just putting my thoughts out there, putting my ideas. You know, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I have a theory that a lot of people from these other clones that are not doing so well are coming to arbitraging because they're seeing it do so well, and then fudding it and saying these random things that maybe they've heard before, but then twisting it to whatever they want to do to make it look like it's FUD and, you know, a genuine complaint when actually it isn't, and they're really not even the platform in the first place, okay? That is what's been going on, and it's been going on a daily basis for right now, okay? What I say about that is to just completely ignore those people, and you have to use discretion, because there are some people that come in for their first time and have concerns and questions, right? Not saying that all of the people are doing that, but there are a select few, and you can, if you want to go check out who they are and then match them up, you can go into the other clones of the other Telegrams just to see what are the members. So. 啊？对对，嗯。1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you're right, country boy. Just consumer at my store. Can you hurry up and buy something? I'm trying to make it. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. One second, guys. I have customers here, so I apologize. They could just hurry the hell up, buy something. They're drunk. They're two drunk girls that are just walking around, you know. Anyways, they're buying something, so there might take a while. But man, that's the thing about doing a video in a store when they're customers, you know. No, I have. Because you were trolling. That's why. And that looks like your second account. And I do not like trolls coming on my. I know who you are. No, I don't. Shut. Sorry guys, sorry about that. Yeah, if you're not trolling, then you know, you're cool. But you know, if I see you trolling, or I see you, or if I see you after the video put a trolling comment on the video, I will block you and you'll never be able to chat again. That's just the rules here, and if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. You know what I mean? Anyways, what was I saying? Man, I wish. Yeah, everyone is allowed to have an opinion or concerns or anything like that. But if I know who's trolling and I know who's not, and I know if you're with somebody that I know who you're with, and I see you ask a question like that, I know you're trolling. So you know, API keys and Mbots, Mbot. Yeah, so that was the big reason why we didn't see a lot of live streaming, you know, Mbot trades, because of the API keys being shown and things like this. So that is one thing that I wanted to say. The other thing is about the Telegram, right? We have a lot of these random people coming in that we have never seen before, and their first thing, what do they say when they first come in? They start fudding and they start, you know, creating a problem, and they're muted. Was it the hot chicks? No. Anyways, but yeah, so I was gonna say, okay, there was something that went on today, okay, a different platform that went on, and I'm not gonna say it's a scam. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't care if it's a scam or not, because it's irrelevant to me. It's really irrelevant to me because I'm not in it, and I'm not planning on getting in it ever. Okay, you know, and you know, there was an interview with the CEO of this platform that is a clone of arbitraging, and for some reason that CEO of the supposed business, the legitimate business, didn't want to show his face. He didn't want to show his face, but his voice is okay, you know, which I said, okay, that's cool, you know, at least. Is it disconnected? Did it reconnect? Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? Is everything good? I think I just disconnected for a second. Just give me a heads up if you can hear me and everything's good. Cool. So yeah, I mean, this other platform that's supposedly competition to arbitraging, which I don't think it is at all. It's not even in the same category as arbitraging, But yeah, the guy didn't want to show his face, and I was like, okay, at least he's showing his voice. And I was like, and I thought to myself, like, if you're a legitimate business with legitimate clients, as he likes to say, clients, not doing anything malicious or anything like that, why can't you show your face? On top of the fact that, and this is not, again, don't take this in the wrong way. This is just the research, and this is just facts, okay? This is not me fudding anything. And I might be wrong on this. If I am, somebody can correct me, and that's okay. I'm okay with people correcting me if I'm wrong about something. Their platform is a security token. It doesn't have any utility, okay? Think about that. Now, that is, accordingly, that is the SEC can regulate that, which again doesn't mean anything. Of course, anything can be put out. They can put a cease and desist out for anything. It doesn't mean the platform is going away or anything like that. They cannot shut down the website or anything. We know we've covered that already, right? But I'm just saying, like, arbitraging is a utility token, right? So we don't even have to worry so much if whether or not the SEC tries to come after us for any reason they think they can, right? Because we're not in their category of regulation. Okay. Sensory, I also do not. I'm pretty sure the ABOT is not, again, a Ponzi. Like, I know you think it is half, but I really don't see it as being a Ponzi. Okay, so let's get over that. Let's get to, you've been saying that for the past 30 minutes. Let's move on to the next thing. You know what I mean? So they are a security token, like most of the clones are, unless have some sort of utility with that token. And what I mean by utility is that token is used for something on the platform, okay? Not just to, dump on the platform or anything like that, all right? Now, NovaChain, Crystal Token, and, this Evo AI are all securities. They're all securities. Unless I'm wrong and I have my facts not right, they're all securities. They don't have a utility purpose besides the fact of pumping and dumping, okay? Not pumping and dumping, but, getting daily profits from the Rexbot or whatever they have, right? And then dumping it on the exchange. That is a security. That's not a utility. You know what I mean? And that's what they mean by a security. But arbitraging doesn't have that, right? Yes, you get daily profits, and you can put those daily profits, dump them on the exchange. But the intended purpose the entire time since the beginning of the ICO was a utility purpose of the ARB token. You understand? That's fine. CCB, we know, you can list them, but we all know it's not a Ponzi, you know what I mean? But for the people that don't believe it, I guess you can list them, whatever, that's cool. But we know it's not a Ponzi, I think he's just using a hypothetical situation, but I don't see it being a Ponzi at all. But anyways, that's a problem. That's a big problem, because, people get scared. Whether or not a cease and desist does anything, right? Which most of the time it doesn't do anything for any, like, it doesn't mean that the platform's going to shut down. People get scared no matter what, so it doesn't create such a good ecosystem for that token, like you've been seeing with Crystal Token and anything like that. Okay, so arbitraging doesn't have that problem. You know what I mean? It really doesn't have that problem. And I would really seriously think about that if you're thinking about diversifying. And diversifying is great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I would diversify. If you're already in arbitraging, diversify in a different category. You know what I mean? Diversify in a different type of thing that you're doing. Not just another arbitraging platform. You know what I mean? Because that's just redundant, and it might just screw you in the end. Because as we have seen, And I'm not saying this is gonna happen or anything. Don't take this the wrong way again, because I have to be very careful what I say, because a lot of people take it the wrong way, and that's just the sad truth. But as we have seen, when the original project, when something original comes out, they're usually clones of it, which they're not going to be successful because they don't have any information how arbitraging works at all. And that's one of the reasons why David hasn't revealed everything to everybody, because of that, until he gets it patented and everything like that, to make sure if somebody tries to use their codes or anything like that, or their algorithms, they can get sued or be liable for damages. Okay, so I mean, just think about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even have the thought of going into a clone whatsoever. My experience has shown me, okay, that going into a clone of anything has never ever worked out for me, no matter what. No matter if I had an advantage or not, it has never worked out for me in the end, But so, like, I don't have to think twice about it. Like, arbitraging, that's it. If I want to diversify, which I'm not really diversifying right now, but if I wanted to diversify, I would go into a different token, like, I don't know, VeChain, or a different crypto, okay? If I really want, or a different project altogether, not in the same category as arbitraging, or they so think that they're in the same category or level as us, okay? And you got these platforms that these CEOs don't even want to show their face. Like, they don't want to show their face. And we, as the community, have set a standard now, because David has done it, okay, that you have to show your face if you want to even be considered legitimate or considered anything serious for longevity and for, future investors, okay? Like, I don't understand how people, this is not a smart contract code, that they have, these other clones. It's a platform that they have control of, and you don't even know who they are. They have never really spoken to anybody or explained who they are, what their motives are. They haven't shown their face. They haven't done any of that. But yet again, you have these people, and we saw this happen on my live stream a couple days ago. We had somebody come from one of those platforms into my live stream, and I've never ever said anything bad about the guy in my life. I've never talked crap about him ever. And the first thing that he comes in and says is the most hateful comment I've ever heard from somebody that's first coming in and that has never really been to my live stream before, okay? And they're very hateful, and they're very, like, aggressive right now, because they see we're succeeding, and they're failing, and it's very obvious, because facts and numbers don't lie, We are number one, and it's not going to change. It's just not going to change, like, And if you're already in arbitraging, you shouldn't really be going into these other risky-ass clones. That's just my opinion, and, maybe it's true for some people. That's the truth for me, okay? For other people, I don't know about you, but, I do not like taking that kind of chance with these other, wacky, clones that, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. They don't have any, they got nothing straight. They don't know what they're doing, on top of the fact they're not showing who they are, and, they're not transparent. They're not open with the community. They're not really connected with the community so much, okay? So that's like a big reason why you should really think, like, twice. Like, 'cause I hate people seeing lose money. I hate people seeing, getting dumped on or exit scammed or anything like that. I hate it. I straight up hate it. Okay? And that was one of the reasons why I really hated arbitraging at first. Because first of all, I didn't understand what it was. I wasn't in the community. I wasn't in the platform. Wasn't really investing in it or anything like that. And and I didn't want people getting exit scammed on, and I was actually concerned for a lot of people, okay? But my perception has changed because the facts have changed, all right? But the facts haven't changed on, these other clones. They just haven't. They haven't changed at all. They have been the same. They have copied everything that arbitraging has been doing. They have been copying this entire time. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you that they don't have any other better ideas. They don't have new ideas, and they don't have any better ideas. Okay? That means they don't know what they're doing, and they don't have a future. They just don't have a future because they don't have any new ideas or anything like that. They're just copying these arbitraging. You understand? I don't think ARB is a Ponzi. I never said that. I believe that ARB has legitimate trades and all of that. Like, I believe the ABOT is doing legitimate arbitraging trades, you know, longing, shorting, whatever, right? That's what I believe, and that's what I see, and that's the truth, okay? I never said that, but I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else, but, you know, that is not what I think at all. That is wrong. You know, maybe that's what I thought before I really looked into and did research about this platform and this gift that's been given to us. But you know, that was my own fault. That was my own damn fault. Oh, sensory. Okay. Yeah, he's been talking about that since I started the video. So I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? Why just move on? You know, you guys. You know, whatever. Why do you have to? You know, stagnate on that little topic of yours? I mean, who cares? You know, but it's not a Ponzi. You know what I mean? So why are we even talking about it? It's not a Ponzi. You know what I mean? So whatever. I don't know what you're trying to get at. You know, I don't know. You know, whatever. But it's just people need to do research. People need to look into things. You know, get a second opinion. You know, get a third opinion. Get a fourth opinion. Yeah, ABOT and Mbot are actual products, you know, and these, again, these other... I don't know what's going on in the chat there, but let's please not fight. I really don't want to have to mute people or black people. Let's keep it, you know, let's keep it peaceful. Let's not fight, you know. I really don't want to have to step in here. It's not, you know, I don't want to do that, please. That's not the point of this video, and you know, I don't want to be known, and I probably am known already for the drama and stuff like that, but I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to, you know, switch it up a little bit. You know, I know people like drama, they like hearing it and all that stuff. Other YouTubers who ask me questions. Okay, but you can go respond to their channel. I've never asked you that question at all. I know that ABOT is not a Ponzi, so you can go on their channel and talk about it there. You know, I mean, whoever talked about it. Okay, I don't believe that at all, and this is the wrong place to be even discussing it, because it's not even, you know, it's not even in range about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? No disrespect. I'm just saying, like, you know. Oh, I don't want this to turn into what I think it's going to turn into. Really, please, let's change the subject, please. I don't want to fight with anybody today. I want to keep it simple. Please don't make me block you. I'm begging you, please don't make you block you. Like, really. This is not, you know... And I don't want my mods to step in here as well. I don't want this to happen. Like, really. Let's move on. And, you know, forget about it, okay? Let's keep it positive. Let's, you know, if you obviously if you have concerns and questions, that's great. But if you're talking about ARB being a Ponzi, this and that, I don't think that's a concern or a question that's, you know, legitimate here. You know, because we've said it 100 different times that arbitraging is not a Ponzi. It's not a Ponzi. We've heard it from everybody. So, you know. Turn green. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Tomorrow, I promise you guys, tomorrow I will be doing a video on the exchange. I promise. I'm sorry, I forgot today. What usually happens is I wake up and it's very early in the morning and I'm very just groggy and stuff like that, so sometimes I forget things when I wake up. But tomorrow I'll remember to do it. I will do the video on the exchange, showing people how to do everything. Yeah, if you don't like what's going on in this community or in the platform, if you think, you know, hold on a second. If you don't think that, you know, this community is treating you well, You can sell your tokens. You can leave the platform anytime you want. You know, that's your decision whether you want to do that or not. I'm not doing that. I'm never doing that. ICC Hanasi Hashishi is where I live. Is the street I live on. Schwebse, Shmoni. 22 Shmoni. What did I miss? What did I miss? That is workplace. It's a kiosk. It's called a kiosk. It's like a convenience. It's a huge convenience store though. It's not a regular convenience store. I can quit. Yeah, I'm gonna be quitting anyways eventually. You know, it might take a month or two, but thanks to ARB, I can quit my job and not have to work here ever again. I don't really like working here, but I do it because sometimes I need the extra money, the extra cash, and on top of that, my girlfriend complains when I don't do something during the day or during the night or have a job or whatever. But then, you know, when I show her the money, and I have been showing her the money, but when I show her the actual what I'm taking out and things like this, the profits and stuff like that, she won't say anything to me. You know what I mean? She won't be saying anything to me. So it's all gravy. You know what I mean? It's good for brain, yeah. No, I'm not saying that work is not good. I just I won't have to do it, you know, as much anymore. You know what I mean? I can go full-time ARB. Yeah, that is the plan. I plan on really dedicating all of my life to this platform, the community. I mean, I've been trying to do it as much as possible. Israeli girls demanding, yeah, they are. They're very different from American girls. They're way different, way harder to get. And it's just it's a whole new monster, okay? No offense. But, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I've been trying to dedicate and work as hard as possibly possible. Work as hard as possibly, as much as possible, as much as possible. For arbitraging and the community and doing as much work as, you know, I need to do in any given day. But yes, I will be going full-blown time on to this platform and the community. That is the plan. You know, whatever I have to do, I would work for David. You know what I mean? I would work for the team. I'll be an admin. I would love doing that stuff. You know what I mean? I love being there because I'm always there anyways, you know, and I don't care about getting paid or anything. It doesn't matter because I have arbitraging, I have my platform. It's not about getting paid, having a job. I just want to be more a part in terms of giving more back, and, you know, whatever way I can do that. You know, I know I'm doing that now, and I know I'm trying to, you know, whatever. But on the same, bro, I'm a lottery driver. When I get into Mbot after a few months, prove my wife I can make a living up there. yeah. Yeah, the opportunities on Mbot are phenomenal. They are phenomenal, yes. the opportunities are out of this world for Mbot. I mean, people are gonna be rich. I mean, once you start using Mbot and learning how to use it, which I may or may not, you know, if there is time, I may be doing a little bit of beta testing. I don't know if that's gonna be possible or not. I don't know. You know, I would love to do it. I would love to, you know, do a video on it to show some trades, how, you know, how everything runs smoothly, you know, just to, you know, say that I did it, and, you know, to show people that it exists, and just a little bit more proof to the people, maybe, because we haven't seen Mbot video in a while. From what I've seen, you know, maybe there are other videos that other YouTubers that are doing it that I just haven't seen, but in the past couple months or month or two, I haven't really seen any Mbot videos or trades, and I would love to show one on at least one of them on my channel to everybody, you know, so I could say I did it, I was there, you know, things like this. But yeah, guys, you know, any info on the next DP stream is Friday out. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I again, guys, I don't expect. When Mbot comes, it comes. You know, if Mbot comes tomorrow, it comes tomorrow. If Mbot comes on Friday, it comes on Friday. That's the thing. People get disappointed when they have a date in their mind, right? And it doesn't happen. They get disappointed and they get all out of whack and, you know, all negative and stuff. So what I would suggest is just don't worry about it. It'll come when it comes. End of story. Yes, you are right. It's all golden. You are right. So yeah, that's what I think, you know. Mbot, you know, if it takes a while, it takes a while, but it's here, it exists. You know, the people that are complaining that it doesn't exist and it's not real and it's this and that are the people from, again, from Nova Chain, from all these other, you know, clones that are angry that we're doing so well, or they're just fudders that, you know, hate their lives and have nothing better to do. You know what I mean? And you can see that in the Telegram. You'll see these random people. Next time you go in the Telegram, watch the Telegram for a while, and if you see a person complaining, see if you remember him ever being there in the first place. You know, we get these random people that come in out of nowhere, and they like, you know, they say something that is like crazy, that their first thing they say is that's like FUD, you know, like, it's just very obvious to me, at least, you know. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I've seen that for a while now, you know. It's been very, if you watch Telegram like I have been, if you watch it, you know, for a while, you know, and then sometimes I've watched it all day, you know, I see that. I see it because I see the dynamic, I see the context of people talking and things like this, and it all adds up, you know what I mean? Yeah, most people that are fudding aren't even in the platform to begin with, you understand? And not comparing it to BitConnect or anything, this is not comparable to BitConnect at all. Don't get it twisted. I'm not comparing it to BitConnect, but that also happened with BitConnect as well. Even though BitConnect, you know, scammed on people, whatever, the most people that were fudding BitConnect weren't even in BitConnect to begin with. You know what I mean? They weren't even in it. Not saying that they were wrong. I'm just saying, like, you can see now that, like, most people that are fudding aren't even in the platform to begin with. You know, like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. ARB is what BitConnect wished it was. Maybe. I think BitConnect had their own motive. You know, I don't think they wished to be anything. I think they had a plan. They knew when to execute it. You know, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually watching old videos on all these like scammy lending platforms. You know, like, do a little bit of research on them. You know, most of those videos are deleted from a bunch of people, but I can find sometimes, you know, some videos about, there was one today I was watching, about, was it something finance? I don't remember what it's called. It was like back in the beginning of the year, something finance, and like Crypto Girl was in it, and a lot of people lost money in it, you know. I don't know exactly what it's called, something finance. But, you know, look how incomparable that they are to arbitraging. You know what I mean? Like, I still don't get why again, they had a motive, they had a plan. Control finance. That's what it was. Yes. That's what I was looking up today. That is crazy. That's like that's almost like these DApps these days. You know what I mean? Just in like Ethereum form. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. Uh, ugh. Got a little hiccup there. So, what else do I have to say? I don't know. Nothing else to say. I appreciate if Austin's here and if he's listening. I appreciate all the streams that he does, and also CCB. I really appreciate all the streams that you do, man. They're very informational. You guys do such a better job than me, and I'm learning from you guys every single day. And that's great because I again remain teachable in every single part of life. And so I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. The YouTubers that are in arbitraging, promoting, they are very good at what they do. They are very informational. They are very straight to the point, and they leave the negativity really out of it, which I sometimes have a hard time doing, and I'm trying to learn from them how they do it, and I try to get better every single day. Consider it as a fee paid for it. You'll do a great job for the community who believe in ARB. Yes. Thank you, Crypto Murph. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm really trying to put a lot of hard work into this. As much as I can, I will do. I stay up. Long hours in the night. Making videos, communicating people with on Telegram. Sometimes I stay up until 4 or 5 at night. Almost every single night. Communicating with people on the Telegram. Anything I can do, watching people's streams, being present. So yeah, I try. I really try hard. And I just hope that people appreciate it, and if not, that's cool. I know I appreciate it myself, what I do for everybody, and I will try, again, I will try my hardest, because, I'm going to explain in another video, because something happened today, okay? Something happened today with me, more personal, and my girlfriend. Nothing bad between me and her. Everything's good, don't worry. And I'll tell you a little bit about it right now. We threw her like a little late birthday party at my apartment. I basically set it up, got her family there and everything like that. It was great. Everything went well. It's just about where she works right now, where she's working. They are like, I worked for those people for like 5 years where she's working now, and they ruined my life. They literally ruined my life. I could have had so much more money and stability and all this stuff by now if I didn't work for them. If I didn't, because they took advantage of me in so many different ways, because I was so new to the country and I didn't know Hebrew, and they took advantage of me like that. And a lot of the stuff they did was illegal, and I didn't know at the time. But today I do know, because I'm a little smarter, a little smarter up in there. So now my girlfriend has been working there for like about 2 years now, and I'm like trying to, every day I tell her, like, just find a different job, please, if you want to work, which she doesn't so much have to work anymore, because she's learning and things like this. If you really want to work, please just go find a different job. I have to, she has to deal with it. More importantly, what happens at this job that she's at, and it's a basic job, making bagels and sandwiches, right? But the people that are behind the company, and the different branches they have in this country, are very malicious and very, they're criminals, basically, what I'm trying to say. And they don't give a shit about anybody. All they care is about how much money is in the cash register, okay? And they could care less about what happens to you at the end of the day, okay? And I didn't realize that at first, because I was being taken advantage of, and they were acting like my friends, and blah. They were the company, the guy who owned all the branches. He's a millionaire. He invited me over to his house with his family during a holiday. I had a meal there. We talked, we laughed. We went to different restaurants together. But at the end of the day, he was doing that just to get on my good side and take advantage of me, and it really, really hurt me in the end. I ended up on the street for a while here in Jerusalem, not just because of that store. Obviously, there were other decisions that made that that made that happen, but they played a huge role because, you know, whatever. I really don't want to get into it. Maybe I'll discuss it on a different video. But it's a sad story. We don't want to make it sad here. We don't make it sad. You know, we don't want to make people sad. We want to make people happy, you know, with their lives. We want to change their lives. We don't want to talk about the past so much. You know, I'm sure you will change it all around for you, your fam. Thank you. Yeah, that's the plan here. You know, my first thing I'm trying to do here, and I already talked to my girlfriend's mother. Okay, today actually. I'm gonna try to pay off as much debt that she has because she's in a wheelchair, okay? And I've explained this before in a different video. I'm just gonna explain it real quick right now. She's in a wheelchair. She's been in it for most of her life. The government here has basically screwed her over and put her into a lot six-figure debt, okay? Because of her medical bills and all this stuff, and on top of the fact that she went to a hospital one time and the doctor gave her something that she was allergic to, and it even said it on her chart that she was allergic to it, but they gave it to her anyways, and that caused her to really have breathing problems now on top of all the other problems she has, okay? It's a really horrible story, really horrible. You know, she's such a good person. She has done a lot for me when I was down. She helped me a lot, you know, and she was one of the you know, only people that really understood me and accepted me. Also, you guys, right? You guys accept me and all that stuff. I'm not just saying that you guys don't. I'm just saying here in Israel, you know, she was only one of the, you know, few that really accepted me for the problems I have and all that stuff. And you know, she even though she didn't have money, you know, she helped us out with our apartment, some of the things in the apartment, you know, and charged it to her credit card, right? And we pay her monthly for it, right? It's not like, you know, she gave it to us for free or anything. We pay her monthly, but on top of the fact she's also in debt and things like this. And, you know, if I can change her life and, you know, make sure she doesn't, you know, whatever, you know, not in debt anymore, I think that's mission accomplished for me. You know, so that's what I'm trying to do. That's what you know, I care about myself, I care about my girlfriend and, you know, how much money we have and all that stuff, but I'm also trying to focus on her mother as well. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not really, because when I tell my girlfriend this, she's like, no, don't do it, don't worry, this and that. I'm like, you know, because she's trying to stop me doing it, which I get it, you know, at the same time I don't get it. So I tried to not really include her when I'm talking to her mother. I'm just kind of just, you know, giving her money so she could pay things off, you know, because it's very difficult for her, you know, and you know, my girlfriend's father's situation, it's not a good situation. The family situation is not good. It's really not good. We're dealing with it, you know. This is not a sob story or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, a little bit personal. And why there's so many mattresses in stores, you know, so surprising. Okay, I'll check that out for sure. So that's what I'm doing. I hope people can understand, you know, whatever, you know. Anyways, maybe another day I will go into further about other things that are going on in my life. I think, you know, I don't have anything to hide. It's not about hiding. It's just about, you know, talking about it at the right time. You know, and I don't like talking about this is not a life story stream, you know. Maybe I'll talk about my life in a different stream, you know. If people want to hear it, you know, let me know in the comments if you want to hear some of my life in different videos. That would be great. But yeah, that's the deal. So anyways, guys, hope everyone has a good night, good rest of the week. Keep strong. Mbot is coming. Maybe not this week, maybe this week, who knows. Don't worry about it, it's coming. Stay strong, stay positive. As always, ARB family, we are here together. We will always be together. No one's going anywhere. We're here for the long run. Have a good night. Crypto Batman, ARB Warrior.